Where do you even begin? Was it meant to be something indirect? Why must the ridiculousness continue? Every path just seems so convoluted. You think a brain cell would be shared between any of these? Oh, good afternoon, Secretary. Did you need something? Ah, right. Good evening, I mean. Hmm? No, it's not that late. Well, for me, it isn't. Do you need something? What's this? The contracts. I see you've brought your own folders. Plastic folders are fine, though the designs are distracting. Maybe stick to solid color ones next time. Perhaps the ones provided. Uh-huh. Hmm. No, it's you've digitalized them too, right? Huh? That's too good to be true. No, I was wondering. It's getting rather late. How come you're also here? You know your salary is unwavering, right? You don't offer compensation for voluntary overtime. You were getting to know your peers. That's amusing. Well, I appreciate you getting the work done in reasonable time. I'll be sure to review it and get back to you with a follow-up work. Hmm? No, I don't necessarily care about your interactions, as long as they're not distracting you from your work. I look like I need a distraction? That's considerate, but unnecessary, and honestly, a quite foolish offer. I'm occupied. With my work, of course. Again, unnecessary. Your companionship should be given to someone who actually wants it. I would appreciate it if it was off company property, considering you are now here past your expected hours. My time here is well within my hours. You ask a lot of questions, you know that. As much as you appreciate the answers, I don't appreciate the interrogation. Your work is done. Go home. Your work doesn't entail helping with records, which is already done. Okay. What do you want? What do I have to do to get you to leave my office? Ha! Good one. But that's quite the opposite of what I want. You coming in to help is out of the question. Refrain from asking again. If you want a final task, do me a favor and make sure none of the other peers are lingering behind and wearing themselves out. It's bad for, yes, productivity. Since you seem comfortable enough to interrupt me, you must be comfortable enough to get the job done in the next 10 minutes before excusing yourself out of the building. No need to check in. See you in the morning. So demotivating. Oh, yes, good morning, Secretary. You're here rather, well, I'm tempted to say early, but you're on time. And I see you've made significant progress on making your desk unmistakably your own. Yes, even your stationery is rather unique. Anyway, are there any calls or emails that demand my attention this morning? Follow-ups are expected, but you said I received an email from who? He who should not be named? My father. No, I understand the intention. It's quite an amusing way of going through it. But I suppose that there's something more pressing and not some simple check-in, or he would have called or dropped by himself. Well, if that's all, I'll be in my... What's this? Coffee. Yes, right. Thank you. Ironically, I had forgotten to brew some this morning, and the coffee shop I usually visit is quite busy. I was about ready to go without it, but seems like you got it right too. Yes, I am appreciative. I also took a look at those papers. They were acceptable. I just need you to coordinate the new systems with the distribution and the CS department, so there isn't any confusions going on forward. Also, make sure they follow up with those contracts. A couple of them have been left out to dry, and we need to make sure those things are being held up to their end. And when those are done, come see me again. Couldn't possibly expect me to fall for this, could they? Such a ridiculous plan. Clearly a misunderstanding of goals. Yes? Right, how did that go? Visiting them in person was likely the best way to go about it. He does have a strong mouth on him. As she does? I've only heard from secondary sources. They know better than me to speak that way to me. Well, did you tell them off? I mean, did you let them know you are not to be spoken in such a manner? You let us slide this time, but what about the time after that? Are you willing to let their behavior continue under your orders? Yes, your orders. Whether I like it or not, you have some authority over the departments when I'm not immediately present. Well, I hope it's occurring to you now, because I cannot have a weak presence around my office. You're responsible for holding that up. What's the question? No, I'm not on the floor necessarily often, especially not lately with all this work. Yes, he hired you to lighten the load. Quite ridiculous in my opinion. I was being honest about having no need for personality hire, but yes, an upkeep is in social appearance and performance are in order. Colder seasons have that effect on people. Of course, I have plans to mitigate the effect, but none of which are being currently executed. I was hoping for some time next week once you're fully acquainted with the process. No, that's too soon. A week would be plenty of time. Yes, you should be multitasking, but challenging your capabilities so soon after just being hired might do more bad than good. You know what? Fine. I don't have time to worry about it anyway. If you're so confident in your ability to get things done, be my guest. This is officially your responsibility, and whatever reaped results will tell me all I need to know. Don't be stupid. If you need help, ask. But don't be excessive to the point it might as well be someone else's job already. This is a big job to be done by someone who's hardly spent a day here, so I will be checking in regularly. Understood? Good. Additionally, this project yours does not have priority over me and the work I give you. So if you seem to falter at all, consider yourself incapable of anything like this in the future. Must you phrase it in that way? When I say I am priority, I simply mean my word over all. Yeah, I could have just said that, but it was more to emphasize my point. One I'm hoping you understand now and won't need clarification on later. Good. Now once again, my time is valuable and you're wasting it. If you want to make a headway on project performance? No, actually. Might that be the name we go with? It's quite... No, right. You're right. It's your project, not my issue. And not my problem. But as I was saying, if you want to make headway, it may be best to go out now and make connections with your peers. Keep your devices on you, and make sure my lunch is ready at the appropriate time, and we'll have no issues. No, I'm not gonna wish you luck. You're dismissed. And thank you to my channel members, Riverwood, Lila DE, Sin, Astrid Lemzer, Brianna Hose, Michaela Montany, Elizabeth, DJ Anderson, and Queen Alicia. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone.